is like, how does it affect you to have everything you do at work be so public? Like, again, imagine you're an attorney, you work for a firm, nobody knows what you're doing. You know, here, everything you do is available to the public and the public's feedback. So whether positive or negative, obviously positive is preferred, but we get way more negative feedback than we do positive. You know, how does it affect your life? Like,
would you believe me if I told you it affects it in a positive way? And I thought about this long hard, and here's why, is that I don't have to hide myself when I'm doing a deal with somebody. In other words, when somebody contacts me for the first time, I feel like they already know who I am. I don't have to pretend or be something that I'm not. Because a lot of times what you'll see, especially in our industry or in any industry, people button up, they tailor up, and it's not them. Everything you see here, this is how we dress, how we act, what we say, what we talk. We try to keep it as professional and friendly as possible, but at the same token, a lot of people can relate to us. You know, I feel like I don't have to, and some people call in, mostly give positive reinforcement. I don't have to play any type of game and speak a certain way, even though I try to be professional. It's a positive.
I mean, I haven't looked at it from that point of view. Like, it gives you freedom to really be who you are. Where, like, typically, people put on their suit or whatever clothing they wear, they go to the office and they have this fake persona that this is my office persona. Once I get out, I'm somebody else. So, you know, again, I know like a lot of people in the corporate world, it's not really them at work. It's
not at all.
They're smiling,
Trust me, it's not.
Talking, it's not who they are. Whereas here, this freedom gives you no option. I mean, it is who you are. I mean,
Absolutely.
I remember when we first started, like, you know, Marco was getting a lot of heat. Like, oh, he's so cocky, like, and he came to me and said, like, hey, you know, I kind of need to do something. I need to like fix my image. Like, people are not liking me.
Don't do that.
I said, like, no, you gotta like 10x that. Like, this is who you are. Let people know who you are. Sure, you might be cocky because you're young and you know more than, you know, the average individual. That gives you a right to not be cocky, but to be confident. You want to come off as confident, not cocky. And like, you don't have to be liked. You just have to be respected. You know.
Well, I think that's one of the things I kind of fall into that category where people either really like me or really hate me. There's really nothing in between, because I come off in a certain way because I'm, you know, a loose cannon, as they say, or I'm a bully or a bulldog. But somehow, most people want to deal with me because they know that they're getting the real thing, and they know that I always pull through however I present myself. There's one thing for sure: I never did anybody wrong, and people have full confidence when dealing with me, and that's all I care about. I was watching this Patrick Bet-David podcast about Tom Brady. Did you see that podcast? Yeah. Great podcast. And he was up on stage, and one of the things he was talking about was Tom Brady, like Michael Jordan. I'm not trying to compare myself, by the way. It's an interesting concept where them suited up were not themselves. Yeah. In other words, they got so lost in their craft, they would yell, they would scream, they got so passionate because their whole thing was to succeed, do the best that they can, and make others around them better. And I feel like I'm the same way. This work is my life, and life is my work. When I step out of here, I'm not that same person. You know, I'm calm, I'm friendly, I'm completely different. Here, this is a game-like mentality. Yeah. And if you don't treat your business or anything that you do professionally as with a sense of urgency, then you're gonna fail, especially in a hyper-competitive environment, especially in a market that's a little volatile. The stakes are high.
Makes sense. I like it.
The better question is how do they feel about me when they